12 minutes. That's all it took. 12 minutes between a room bursting with laughter and a hall filled with screams. 12 minutes between cutting a wedding cake and carrying bodies out on stretchers. And when the truth finally surfaced, everyone realized the most dangerous person in that room was the one nobody suspected. Before we dig deep into this shocking story, kindly hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you never miss real stories that reveal the darkest truths and biggest betrayals. The wedding of Maya Thompson and Liam Carter was everything fairy tales promised. Maya, 28, soft-spoken, gentle, a schoolteacher who believed in small miracles. Liam, 32, confident, charming, an architect who designed buildings people whispered about. They were the kind of couple others called destined. The ceremony glowed. Guests clapped with full hearts. Maya's veil shimmered with warm light. Liam's hands shook when he touched her cheeks. Everything felt right, yet even in perfection there were shadows. A man in the far corner clapped too hard. A bridesmaid kept checking her phone with trembling fingers. A woman at the bar watched the couple with eyes that never smiled. Maya didn't notice. She was lost in the moment, or maybe forcing herself to be. Because deep inside her clutch, hidden beneath powder and perfume, was a small glass vial. She didn't plan to use it, unless things got worse, and she feared they might. The reception began like any beautiful celebration. Glasses clicked. Laughter rose like smoke. Cameras flashed like tiny stars. But tension threaded through the room. During his speech, Liam's best man Ethan joked, "Marriage is beautiful so long as we keep our secrets where they belong." The crowd laughed. Maya didn't. She felt the words settle in her stomach like wet stones. Later, when they danced their first waltz, Maya caught Liam staring at someone in the crowd, a woman she did not recognize. A tall woman in a silver dress watching him with something like hunger or hatred. Maya couldn't tell. And Liam flinched. Just once, but she saw it. After the dance, Maya excused herself and went to the bridal restroom. Her hands shook as she checked her phone. There were 3 new messages from an unknown number. Tonight. After the cake. Don't fail me. Attached was a photo Liam had promised he deleted. A photo of him embracing a person whose face had been cropped out. Maya leaned on the sink, breathing hard. She whispered to herself, "Not today, please. Not today." When Maya returned to the hall, she pasted on her smile like makeup. The cake-cutting moment arrived. Guests circled. Phones lifted. Maya held Liam's hand, and for the first time that day, she felt him tremble. A single thought slashed through her. He knows something is coming. The knife went into the cake. Flashbulbs went off. The room erupted with cheers. Then someone screamed. Mrs. Klein, Liam's former employer, collapsed forward, knocking her plate to the ground. Her eyes rolled back. Her breath turned shallow. The applause died instantly. Chaos crawled into the room like smoke under a door. Before anyone could process it, another guest fell. Then another. The DJ cut the music. People ran. Tables shook. One woman fainted against the dessert table. A server dropped his tray and bolted. Maya grabbed Liam's sleeve, terrified. His face was white, not with fear, but recognition. Like he knew exactly what was happening. Within 2 minutes, panicked voices swallowed the hall. Poison! Something was in the drinks. Check the cake. Seal the doors. Security locked every exit. Paramedics rushed in and started checking pulses. Some guests were shaking uncontrollably. Others couldn't speak. Maya was trembling so badly she almost fell. Her bridesmaid Rita pulled her close, whispering, "Someone did this on purpose. Someone in here." Maya's heart pounded. She looked at Liam and really looked at him. His jaw was clenched. His fists were locked. His eyes flicked toward the bar and the unlabeled bottle behind it. He whispered to himself, No, not like this." Maya felt the world tilt. Why would he say that? Like, he expected it? Detective Alvarez, cool-headed and methodical, entered the room with a notebook in hand. He moved with the calm of someone used to seeing terrible things. He interviewed guests one by one, and with each answer, Maya's anxiety deepened. Mrs. Klein had argued with Liam earlier in the week. Rita confessed that someone asked her to deliver a gift to the cake table. A server swore the drink smelled off. Several guests said they saw someone in a waiter's jacket near the punch bowl, but no one remembered his face. Then Alvarez asked Liam, "Did anyone have a reason to sabotage your wedding?" Liam hesitated. A long, painful hesitation. Maya felt the room freeze. What was he hiding? Detective Alvarez searched Mrs. Klein's bag and found a sealed envelope labeled, "To be open if anything happens to me." Inside were documents, financial records, audit statements, emails. They detailed irregularities in Liam's architectural firm. Irregularities. Mrs. Klein had traced back to someone in Liam's team, possibly Liam himself. Maya's heart cracked. Was this what the unknown messages were about? The threats? The photo? Was she marrying a man drowning in secrets? Before Alvarez could question further, Rita, Maya's loyal friend since childhood, broke down. She confessed. A stranger calling himself the cleaner had blackmailed her for months. He told her to move a small package during the wedding. She thought it was a prank. She never opened it. She never asked questions. Her voice shook. I didn't know it would hurt anyone. I swear, Maya, I swear. Maya collapsed into a chair. Her chest ached with betrayal. And then, the first real twist hit. Detective Alvarez reviewed security footage. The mysterious waiter near the punch bowl wasn't a waiter, wasn't a guest. It wasn't family. It was Mark Daniels, Mrs. Klein's recently fired assistant. He had entered through the service door. He had swapped jackets with a server. He had slipped something into the punch. Not poison, but a sedative. A sedative that became dangerous when mixed with certain medications many guests were taking. He never meant to cause mass harm. He wanted to scare Mrs. Klein, to ruin her reputation. Revenge for getting him fired. But weddings are the wrong place for revenge. Too many hearts, too many drinks, too many lives colliding. While Alvarez pieced the story together, something small happened. A rose petal, the one Maya kept for luck, slipped from her clutch onto the floor. The detective picked it up. It smelled faintly of perfume, the same perfume Mrs. Klein wore, meaning Maya had been close to her. Very close, minutes before the collapse. Maya felt her throat close as Alvarez asked gently, "Is there something you need to tell me?" She nodded weakly, and then she confessed. She had met Mrs. Klein privately. Mrs. Klein demanded money to keep Liam's financial scandal quiet. Maya, desperate to protect her wedding day, had begged her to reconsider. She held her hands. She cried. She never knew Mrs. Klein was already being targeted by someone else. She never spiked anything. She never helped anyone. She only tried to stop the wedding from falling apart. Ironically, her attempt to fix things made her look guilty. Mark was arrested the next day at a bus station, trying to flee the city. He confessed everything. He didn't know Liam. He didn't know Maya. He only wanted revenge on Mrs. Klein. But the damage was irreversible. 27 guests suffered heavy symptoms. 5 were hospitalized. The wedding was declared a crime scene. The hall was shut down for weeks. Maya and Liam's marriage began with fear instead of joy. They sat together 2 days later, both exhausted, both broken. Maya whispered, "Why didn't you tell me about Mrs. Klein? About the investigations? About the messages?" Liam looked at his hands. "Because I thought I could protect you. Protect this day. Protect us." Maya's voice trembled. And look what hiding did. The truth hung between them like a ghost. News stations called it the poisoned wedding, although technically it wasn't poisonous. But people don't care about the details. They care about headlines. Mark was sentenced. Mrs. Klein survived, though shaken. Liam's firm underwent a brutal audit. Rita left town ashamed. Ethan distanced himself quietly. Guests still had nightmares. And Maya, she kept her wedding ring on, but she no longer wore it with pride. She wore it like a reminder that sometimes the people we love most are the people who hide the most, and sometimes a single event, just 12 minutes, long, can unravel the life you thought you were building forever. A week after the wedding disaster, Maya returned to the empty hall to pick up her forgotten belongings. The lights were dim. The air smelled of disinfectant. The place still felt haunted. She found her clutch exactly where she left it, tucked behind the sweetheart table. But inside, there was something new. A small black envelope she had never seen before. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was a single photo, a picture taken during her wedding, from an angle only someone inside the room could get. It showed her and Liam cutting the cake, but circled in red ink was a shadowy figure standing behind them. And on the back of the photo, written in jagged handwriting, "Their plan failed. Yours is next." Before she could breathe, the hall lights clicked off one by one until she was standing in darkness. Footsteps echoed behind her. Slow, measured, too familiar. A voice whispered, "You married the wrong man, Maya." And then the screen goes black. Thank you for watching. If this story shook you, imagine what comes next. Secrets were exposed, lives were changed, and Maya's nightmare is only beginning. The truth hiding behind that photo is darker than anyone expects. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss the next chapter of stories that reveal the darkest truths, the deepest betrayals, and the moments that change everything.